Welcome back, everybody. This is the Who-kah Lab, and we are going to check in with the energy of not only our new wave spell coming that came in yesterday, but this lunar eclipse in Virgo taking place. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal the next 2 days. You're going to notice a lot of things being removed from your life or your. So tonight, we're going to do a little bit of talking about that, and then we're going to, of course, pull some cards and see what's leaving. You know what I mean? And what's filling that space in is really up to you, because this whole month is about, well, I'll just say the next 48 days, not 48, 28 days is about setting your intentions for what you want to experience in this part of your journey. And I mean experience because yesterday was the beginning of the yellow star wave spell. And that is all about the expansion of the experience for me. It deals a lot with art, the elegance, the beauty of life, the sweetness of life, when things are going good. What really, these are the questions you can ask yourself during these 28 days and during this lunar eclipse, is making room for things like that to happen. And not only that, we got Mercury and we got Venus in retrograde. So the head and the heart are under review. The way we think, the way we love, the way we communicate, the way we relate to people, the way we think, the way we feel. All that is changing with this retrograde and this eclipse. You just can't make all this up at the same time. You know what I mean? So this, for a lot of us, is a big reset. But you don't want anything from the old to follow you into the new. So this is why this is here, to make sure that you've had a good look at yourself, right? All right, let's do it. I should have got me a cup of coffee. It feels like that. But even stuff like that, like I've had to take a break on all that, because it's leaving out. You know what I'm saying? Things are leaving out. This yellow star, there she is. I'll bring her out. You may not see the keywords like I do, but I'll read them off. The yellow star is proliferation, it's acceleration, it's things expanding. But this is about elegance, beautifying, and art. And the greatest masterpiece there is the art that we are, the art that we are. This yellow star wave spell is going to ask us to go out of our comfort zone. It's going to ask us to really show the world the beauty of who we are individually. You understand what I'm saying? The expansion, the art, the crafting, the time and dedication that you put into yourself, it's going to start to show at this time if you've been doing that kind of work, right? And then we got a lot going on. And then it's the lunar eclipse tonight in Virgo, which is about service and your gut intuition and all those details that we love. The devil's in the details. That's such a Virgo trait. You know what I mean? Depending on what house it is, if you know your astrology, it should be a lot easier. If not, you find somebody who can help you understand what house and how that's going to hit you, to really understand what is leaving out of your life. Mine is in the first house, so this is a personal thing. Something personal that I've carried is going to leave, or has been leaving. You know what I mean? It's a process. It's not like one day you're going to wake up and, you know what I mean? It really has a lot to do with how much time you've dedicated to your growth. So that's basically the skinny, And the next 13 days, this expansion is going to offer experiences where you're really going to have to set new intentions for yourself, clear intentions. And that's why the mind and the heart, which when you put them together is integrity, right? When you put all that together, integrity, you have a clear vision moving forward. Because it's like we have to be really mindful about just the thoughts that we think right now. Because everything is coming back. Everything is coming back. even during a retrograde, record time. I don't know about y'all, but I've seen a couple of heads laying around from the past, but it's all good. It's almost like a test to see where I'm at, to see where for them to see where they're at, right? It's a twofold kind of thing. See how much you've learned, see how much you've grown, and this is a great time to put all that under review. You know, kind of catch up with yourself and check in. How do you feel now moving forward? What do you really want to do with this part of the journey? You know, where you are in life, right? All that, all that. Welcome on in on YouTube. What's going on to everybody? Welcome in. Oh, Dorian's in the building. How you doing, Dorian? And you're more than welcome to come up if you're on IG, especially if you have something to add into the fold. It's not like that with YouTube unless we do it co-op or whatever, but you're still welcome to get your cards for this. And the card reading tonight is about what you should be letting go of or what is leaving out of your life due to this eclipse. And the review of what Venus and Mercury are conveying to you right now. We're talking about past beliefs, old feelings, old thought forms that are really just in the way of your new beginning if you have that kind of thing going on. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to look at it as like folks ain't got their shit together, but if there is, you know, a little blind spot, we could take a look at that tonight as well. Need some light, goddammit. Okay, welcome on in, everybody. So that's the question I had, and it's more for the collective because we're doing a collective read about what's leaving out right now. And we're going to pull from Fancy's deck, and we're going to pull from the Light Seers. Santa Morte is kind of buried right now, and I had to go through a lot to get that out, so we'll just hold off. All right. But art and beautification, definitely on deck. What do I do with Keon's picture? The kids today, class, oh my God, the stuff they were drawing today was out of this world. We all did some really good pieces, and they got to take home a few that I did. But I'm telling you, these kids are on a whole nother level. Dreamcatcher. And on the bottom of the deck, the yellow star. You can't make this shit up. So this is what's leaving out. Old dreams. Things that you just, you know, the old you would have wanted to do. Things that your old self would have aspired to obtain. And what is this guy doing over here? Anyway, welcome on in, Maya. And then we have the yellow star. So maybe you're looking at life a whole lot different now. Maybe things are a lot more beautiful than they were. Maybe you're looking at yourself, or if not, this is where it's asking you to see how beautiful you are and how far you've come on your journey. With this Virgo eclipse, sometimes we get caught up in the acts of service of giving and not receiving. So this could be a time when a lot of you are also asked to receive. You know, this is like compliments. This is praises or whatever for whatever, not just for what you do, but who you are. So this has a lot for me to do with the how you feel about yourself. We are in the retrograde of Venus, so this is talking about the self-love. You know what I'm saying? Along with the dreams and aspirations that you've had growing up. And that's kind of like checking in to see, are those really yours or are those somebody else's, kind of embedded into what you got going on. You feel what I'm saying? So these are two things that the collective is looking at. And with this is like Pisces energy when I have a Dreamcatcher out. So this could be the illusions that you've carried around as well. The distorted illusions, whether it be belief systems, as that Pisces energy has. This could be addictions. This could be old habits, you know, just habits that are no longer good for you. And getting that self-confidence, you know, showing who you truly are, being very authentic, all that is coming into the forefront. All right, let's look at it. We're going through Light Seers. Patience is key. Seven of Pentacles came out. I'm gonna shuffle again. I couldn't tell if it was up right because I had the damn deck sideways. But I'm gonna speak on it because the seeds that were planted, because we're talking about intentions now for the next 28 days, setting new intentions for the cycle moving forward. Eclipses are 6 months apart. So every year we have two eclipses. We have the lunars and we have the solars. Right now we're in the lunars. So now that we're in the lunar cycle, um, we're going to notice even before today things that have been leaving our lives. People, places, things have just kind of X'd themselves out or been removed somehow, and we have a 6 month gap until the next one. And when that one comes up, what you want to do with these 6 months is look at the growth from that 6 months to this 6 months. What's left your life, what's come into your life. Okay, that's just a really simple way of handling these eclipses. Um, and this one is really about the intention. So things are more long term. You're thinking more long term now than short term. If you're really in this energy, you're not looking for the quick fix. You're looking for the longevity. You're looking for your legacy, generational wealth, if you will. You're looking for things that are going to grow over time. Right about now, you know what I'm saying? And things that are going to take time to grow. So this is an investment. And with all this, I can just feel the word commitment. Committing to the journey, committing to the idea, the goal, the project, the relationship, the move, you know what I'm saying? But before you do all that fly shit, plant your intentions. Make sure your intentions are clear. Three of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse. Oh, this is easy peasy. And the Two of Swords in reverse has nothing, absolutely nothing to do with anybody else in creation but you. Has nothing to do with anything or anybody else in creation but you. Welcome on in. Sheesh. Would I ride through a mud storm? My God. It got worse when I put the glasses on. Yeah, love and life to you. Connie, I believe that is. How you doing, little Merc? Welcome on in, Maya. And of course, Dory, who's in the Mayan class. Welcome on in. But this is a good time for a little bit of you time before you make any decisions moving forward. Give this month of March as a time of reflection. First and foremost, giving yourself all the pats on the back that you deserve, that you felt that you deserve, maybe from the world, from everybody else. But give it to yourself for how far you've come, because nobody, and I mean nobody, knows just how much you've gone through to get here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's been there on them private nights or those lonely nights or whatever, or those tough situations with your back against the wall and what nobody around kind of shit. You know what I'm talking about? You want to take all that into account. You know what I mean? You want to get the wisdom of the journey, of what it's taught you up to this point. You want to make sure you've looked at all those situations. So people come back around and all that shit, let it ride out naturally. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to put up with no other bullshit, but you want to see just how far you've come. And sometimes people come back around at this time to test, to see how far you come, to see how firm your boundaries are now. You know what I'm saying? To see how much confidence and know-how, how much you really know yourself. But groups of people, all that does not matter right now. What we're talking about is you and what you want to experience moving forward in life. The expansion of the experience. What does that look like for you? What do you really want to do? What is really in your heart and in your mind right now? And if that's not clear, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult moving forward. So this 28-day cycle of the Mayan calendar, this Jaguar moon that we're in, is about intentions, fine-tuning the intentions. Write them down. How does it feel? Tweak it a little bit, get the wording correct, that kind of thing. But really making sure that that's what you want moving forward. Before you make that choice, the Two of Swords, making a choice. Kind of blindfolded right there. She can't really see. You know what I'm saying? It was in reverse. So it's like, this hasn't happened yet. Don't pull the trigger just yet. You don't want to be too hasty before you move forward, before the energy is here to support you with all that. Let life show up for you the way it needs to. Let it tell you what you need to hear for yourself. I'm hearing a lot of just me time, some quiet time, some journaling, even reviewing old things like your journals and things of that nature, just to see, just to remember, you know what I mean? Today is it's funny, today is the red lunar moon in the Mayan calendar, and then it's the lunar eclipse in astrology. You can't make this shit up. You feel what I'm saying? You can't make it up. So this moon or this motherly energy is definitely in the air. We're talking about nurturing, bringing things into being, giving birth to new ideas, but more importantly, giving birth to the new version of you. You know, how are you going to introduce that to the world, that new version of you? Let me get two more. Judgment card. Saw that coming, right? And the devil in reverse. Devil in reverse is what being released. So let's talk about it real quick. The judgment of self, harsh judgment, unfair judgment, whether from yourself or others. You know what I'm saying? But it's a different kind of take here with this, especially with this devil. The devil is the contracts, the old contracts. It's not just being bound or all that other shit, you know, they talk about with Saturn energy, but it's like a contract. It's up. A cycle is over. Being tethered or bound to a certain situation, people, or places, right? That is over with. If you've been doing the work, you know, and you'll see it during this eclipse season and this retrograde season, about what's really leaving. And it's probably more so a part of each of us as an individual that is actually transitioning, kind of leaving the old skin behind, you know, the old chrysalis behind, right? So, what you're looking at here with the judgment card, this is where it's at right now. Harsh judgments, any kind of passing sentence on yourself, you know, being too critical of yourself, because we're under the Virgo moon. The Virgos are very OCD with the shit. Like they'll pick everything apart. So you got to remember that as the base energy for what I'm speaking at. That Virgo, that giving of service. Have you been receiving? Or have you been open to receive as much as you give? Because you definitely should be equally, you know what I'm saying, yoked in that matter. It's not just about you being sacrificial. It's just that Pisces energy, which is the opposite of Virgo. And I remind y'all, anytime you see the moon and it's in one sign, you got to look right across at the other side. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what's going on right now. And that Pisces energy again, this could be the release of addictions, old habits, belief systems, more importantly than anything else. How you've been made to believe, or how you believe yourself to be, or who you believe yourself to be, all that fly stuff. And of course, the illusions that are created out of such things. But mental health is a big deal. You know, mental health is a big deal right about now. So with the retrograde in Mercury, this is a good time to review your mental health. Do you feel good? Do you have people to talk to? Do you need to decompress a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Get that all out so you can bring new things in, so you can clear your energy. And then the judgment. This is like sending it up to God, which is why Saturn came out too. You know what I mean? It's kind of like giving it to the divine, giving it all up to the divine. It's like a surrendering of it. You don't want to fight this energy because you're not going to have a good time. It's going to drag you through the fucking mud if you try to hold on to the old. You're just going to have misfortune after misfortune. You're going to feel like you're back in the past kind of energy. You feel me? So this is more of a surrender or a letting go. This is the judgment that's being made now. What can you release intentionally? What can you release that you have control over? Some things that are outside of us, we don't have no control over that. You know, the people down the block, sometimes the people you work with, all that other fly shit. But what can I, as an individual, relinquish that I know does not work for me anymore? You know what I'm saying? Whether it's just entertaining certain things or being around certain people, you feel what I'm saying? Or, like I said, just the way you treat yourself, the way you take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to go to the gym and work out, but maybe a quick switch in your diet, maybe a little bit of fasting here and there, just things to help maintain your overall well-being. You know, getting out of your own way basically is what I'm feeling off of that. All right. I'm gonna get one more for fancies, and then we're gonna if anybody would like cards, I'm gonna put the Cash App and the Venmo over here in a second, but I gotta do it different for y'all because it's reversed. Uh, where's my little thing? Where's my little thing? What I do with that thing? Anyway, yeah, I know it. The Hermit card. Take time for yourself. Take some time for yourself. And oops. Sorry, people on IG. I know I'm sliding y'all around a little bit. Take time for yourself. This is not one of them things where you got to go on. If you can, shit, if you can take a couple weeks off and go somewhere, yeah, by all fucking means, especially during the retrograde and all this shit going on. But if not, if you still have the duties of day to day, this is like taking and what it is that you want. This would be a time where you just kind of feel it, or you write it down and you start to daydream. Because we're going to go back to Dreamcatcher. This isn't about just the old dreams. This is about new dreams. This is about the feeling, the vision, the daydreaming. What is it? Can you physically can you see it in your mind's eye, kind of thing? Visualization, guided meditations are great for whatever it is that you want. And the sound of your own voice is the best thing. So if you kind of record yourself, maybe 15 minutes a day, you just write something down, you record it, play it in your sleep. Like that's the programming that you're looking for. Okay. Um, Ba-ba-ba. Uh-huh. And you can raise your hands if you want cards. It's not a prerequisite, but the donations are definitely appreciated. If you're on YouTube, that's all in the description box of all those videos. You'll find the Venmo, the Cash App, the PayPal, whatever. But if you want a card to kind of the shadow aspects of Virgo is and the nodes are there. That's right. I thought it was in hold on. Is the conjunction of the south node. The south node is in Virgo, the north node is in Pisces, right? That's pretty much these cards right here as well. All right. And just say yes or no, give me a thumbs up, give me a heart. I'll just take everybody as they come. We probably have some people flow in afterwards. But it's best to get it now because I see a little stillness or a little thing, it's out. I'm out of here. I don't be sitting around for it. But description box has all that stuff if you want private or even if you want some artwork done, you know. And I know a lot of people aren't astrologers or in all this stuff, so I do my best to make it a layman's kind of thing for you because that's really the end goal. If you can't be relatable with people with stuff in a way that they can understand it, it's not really serving you any good, except in your own experience, you know, your own understanding of things. But I think it's important for people to hear it in simple terms. You feel what I'm saying? You gave her a reading recently too. Thank you for the congratulations. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got your own spot now. She was telling me about that. I was really happy to hear that. Uh-huh. So does anybody want a couple of cards for this? And this will be more the intentions of what's being released or the retrogrades or just in general if you ain't down with none of that, all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about? You just want a little bit of blind spot kind of work. We can do that. So Fancy's ready. And So how you liking it so far? It's a whole different ball game though, isn't it? And how's that for little Mercury coming in on the we in the Mercury retrograde? Because it has been a minute. No, we good. I guess everybody good then. Word, I'm gonna roll up out of here. I'm just doing this for finger exercises. So we'll just review it. The most important thing is the intentions that you set now. Making sure that your head and your heart are in the right place, that they're aligned together, that they're working in tandem and not the conflict. If there's conflict, then you need to do a little bit of reviewing. You know what I'm saying? Um, do the glad they realize so many things. Yeah, that told you. Oh, you want one little mark? Okay, not a problem. We just shuffle the. I'm gonna give you a couple cards since we've. It's been a minute. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Okay. 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 You got a specific question? I'm very stressful, but I'm enjoying the moments as they. No doubt. It's always like that. It's always like that. Not always, because that's like setting a bad intention. You know what I'm saying? Just tell yourself it gets easier and easier. Because the wording of our intentions is everything. It sets the vibration of things. You don't want to use words like can't, don't, won't, shit like that. You know what I mean? You want to have really the essence, like getting to the point. Um, got spirit guides. Very interesting. And you got the yellow human. Okay. Spirit guides, this is in those stressful moments. Everybody has a spirit team, so to speak. Um, Feels like more of forming a relationship. This is kind of indicative of that hermit mode that we just pulled, but taking time to relax. This is also saying that you have a lot more influence and to exercise your free will and the wisdom to this point, right? I think this is just really supporting this. But when you do have a specific question, right? When you do have a situation, people aren't around in the physical, you got people who are sitting right beside you in the spiritual who are always ready to assist you. Give them names, start talking to them, see if they reveal themselves. Everybody's a little bit different with these and how they manage and speak to their guides or how their guides speak to them, right? For me, I always find change. If it's a dime or a penny or a quarter, I know that's my guide. If it's a feather or anything shiny like that, I know that's another guide. I hear a song, you know what I'm saying, on the radio, like that's the way they talk. They talk through those kind of modalities because I just find them everywhere, you know what I'm saying? So that's how we talk. That's our communication, that's our language. So this may be kind of like getting you into the language of how you and your guides can talk and, you know, not being afraid to ask them for anything that you need. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like putting in the work. You got your own, I don't want to say minions because I don't want to disrespect the guys like that. They're not minions like that, like, mindless. These are people who have already had the experience of being human, so they know what it's like. So these helpers are here to assist you. Um, and you may be, with this eclipse, you may be having guides come out, leave, and maybe new ones coming in. So you might have a whole new set of people running around with you right now. You know what I'm saying? Changing shifts, so to speak. And maybe there's going to be a new way of communicating that's coming up for you. Okay, you got the moon in reverse. Oh no, you got the moon, you got the ace of pentacles, and the page of pentacles. How'd that come out? Give me a medicine for that. Okay. It's more self-love. It's more self-love for you. Shouldn't be hard. But this is more about um, the unconscious, subconscious mind. This is the perfect time to get any feelings of lack mentality out of your psyche. Like you don't have enough, or uh, there's a lack of anything, especially within. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what it's saying with this Ace of Pentacles. Because they want you to stand on the Page of Pentacles. They want you to get on a new circle. They want you to start a new value system. You know, the things that you really hold dear. And you'll find a lot of that when you're really out on your own now. You know what I'm saying? Take care of things. The value of things is a whole lot different than when, you know, um, staying with people, staying with your peoples. So this is going to be a great time to uproot anything that feels like you can't have, especially in a physical sense, finances, money, possessions. But this is also asking, what do you value right now? You haven't quite come up with it, the new value system. It's like this a little bit of background noise or that old program running. So during the retrograde, especially with Mercury, and you know, people we choose our names for a certain reason. Maybe some of the narratives or the stories you've told yourself or were um, accepted as you grew up about finances and what that means, the value of things, and especially the value of yourself and what you have to offer. This feels more like the page wants you to take your time here. Want you to take your time. It's the slow. It's the slow. Everything with the pages is step by step. It's slow. It's brand new though. You know what I'm saying? It's youthful. It's exuberant. And this one is feeling more like being grounded. Just being grounded in who you are and your values, and getting any past conditioning up out of the way. You know, getting in that out the way. And the medicine for that is the Queen of Cups, Queen of Hearts, blah blah blah. This is just this is a lot of forgiveness, self acceptance, self love, self care, everything self love, and has to do with it really rides in with the wave spell that we're in, beautifying oneself, showing one's true authentic self. But you know, even taking a nice soft salt bath or something like that, just to clear your aura, you know, things of that nature. Really simple, basic things you can do. Take yourself on a date, kind of thing. You know, even if you will with somebody, you still treat yourself, put yourself above. You know what I'm saying? The relationship, so you can maintain yourself and show up in the relationship. And be careful where all that energy goes to as well. You know, a little bit of discernment about who gets to experience this part of you as well, because you want to keep this part mostly to yourself, but you want to keep it sacred when it comes to dealing with other people. You don't just want to go out there and start filling people's cups up and they got holes in them and shit like that. So those might come up in the retrograde as part of the test. So remember that, because if you're already in this energy right here, um, you're good. You're good. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's just more a review for you. Coming up with a new system of, because this will flip over time if you want it to. You understand? When you come to that conclusion of what's really valuable to you at this time, that'll start a whole new cycle for you. But you know, just keep an eye out for things that kind of trigger you in these matters. When things come up to the surface and we get triggered, just because it's been down there for quite a while. So it'll be things that are maybe from the past that you've experienced. All right. But just take your time and show yourself a lot of love and a lot of grace and a lot of gratitude for who you are and where you're at right now. All right. All right. Give me one for Ed. Let me just look at that. And then right behind that was the king. Was the king. I pulled it to clarify the yellow human. And you got the king. Well, not only is that yin yang on the card, but they showed up here. Uh, and even this looks like a posture from the martial arts. It's the crane stance, but this is also like the tree stance in yoga. But the hands are in a position like circling in Tai Chi. So it's a balance thing. And even with this, if we're just talking about yourself, we're talking about balance. Balance. When to do, when to take action, when to chill, when to receive, when to give, when to receive. You understand? The receptivity, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. So it's like they don't want you to overwork yourself, and then they don't want you to goof off too much at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So the balance of things, and you guys can help you with that. It's just putting out the intention. Ask the question. But yeah, this could also be coupling as well. So we're not going to put that out. But this may be this feels more like internal. The Venus retrograde is here, so maybe you're looking at relationships as well and how the dynamic of those can change, especially dealing with this. And I feel this is a really good collective message too. All the old programming, all the old beliefs about the way we think and feel about not only ourselves, but the way we relate to the rest of the world in those regards. You know what I'm saying? Platonic or otherwise. All right? Pop right out. So that's what I got for you. That's what I got for you. If you like a card or two, you're more than welcome to get in, but you better get in right now. All you need is a thumb up or let me know that you want one. Because I'll be out of here before you know it. Enjoy this process though, Lunar. Don't rush this process. Do your best to enjoy as much of it as you can. Because where it's going to lead you to, only you can decide. But that's where your intentions come in. You know, don't let nobody with no cars or nothing try to orchestrate or authorize your life in any way. It's always a choice here. So what that looks like for you right now is a good time to figure that out. Whether it be for the next 5 years or even longer than that. But you want to really think long term right now. You really want to think long term. What does that look like? What does my perfect masterpiece of who I am look like? When I leave this place, what is that masterpiece on the wall going to look like? You know what I'm saying? It's not about being perfect or anyway, but it's about being authentic. That you show up for yourself. You know what I mean? What kind of influence, what kind of legacy are you leaving behind as far as your character and things of that nature? You know what I'm saying? But that's it. Anybody else would like card before I roll out of here? We can do it. It's behind intentions. It's behind the. I don't get it. So even I had a little epiphany. This one of my guys gave me this one the other day when I was riding the bike, and I knew it was for me. It's one of them little stress squeezers and shit like that. But I also beat it off the wall and shit like that. You know what I mean? Real simple shit. I'm not handling shit the way I used to. And a lot of us are not handling shit the way we used to. And that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Other flowers design. Did a minute. What was retrograde bring? Everybody. Then of course I haven't really been doing readings like that. Not in the open anyway. So that's it. I guess we're good tonight, huh? Everybody got the cards that they need to. All right. So let's get a few closing cards. Beautiful day. Depending on where you're at. But also just to get into your flow, you know, getting into the flow. Getting into the flow. Your flow. So what we got leaving? Yeah, what we got leaving? 6 of Pentacles. Imbalances. No more juggling. This is all about reciprocity right now. Mm-hmm. Transits. This is what's leaving out. Uneven relationships of any kind, especially with yourself. Please treat yourself. Don't overindulge too much. Take things in moderation, but please take time and treat yourself to something beautiful in the next month or so. If I don't care if it's a trip, maybe a small gift, maybe it's just some time off. I don't care what it is. Feed your soul and nourish your soul the way you feel the world should reciprocate you if it's not. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, you do that shit. But this is what's being left behind. We're no longer dealing with the inequality of too much giving and little receiving and things of that nature. Taking crumbs for the value of the work that you present, right? And nirvana is about a state of peace. This is coming into balance with all the gifts and talents that you have and kind of consolidating things into one house. And doing it in a very kind of like Zen way of doing things. You understand what I'm saying? Just a really balanced way of doing things. So this is what's leaving, and this is what's going to come in. This is going to be a very effortless state of being. So whatever this looks like to you, this self perfection, this perfect version of yourself, and I use that word perfect loosely. Um, how you show up in the world, the best version of yourself. What does that look like for you? You understand what I'm saying? What does it look like when all your talents and all your gifts and everything you do are kind of like cohesive, all working together? Whether they be under one roof where you got people you work with over there, people you work with over there, kind of thing, you know. But even with your home and your work life, you know, the time you spend with your family and then the time you spend to yourself and then the time you dedicate to work, all those different things are here, okay? But it's a blissful kind of feeling, all right? So that's what I got for the lunar eclipse in Virgo slash Mercury and Venus retrograde slash North Node and the same shit that these eclipses is going in South Node. Oh my God. And then the new wave spell, 13 days. Set your intentions, play around with it. And you want to work in four because four is stability. So whatever your intentions are circling around, do it in a four-step process. Write it down, refine it, transform it, let it bud by itself. You know what I'm saying? Release it into the ethers, however you do it. But don't hold on to it. Don't keep going through the drive-through. Get your intentions clear about what you want, then tell the drive-through speaker, then go get your stuff, and then go right on about your business. Right? So that's what I got. But if it don't make sense, you don't need to be there. If it ain't even, you don't need to be there. Let the retrograde and let all the people show up to show you how much you've grown. And please celebrate how much you've grown. All right? Deuces, y'all.